Hey YouTube. Uh, mm, Long time no talk, I know. Let me apologize in advance. I'm recording this on my phone because it was very spur of the moment. And I don't have my camera. Uh, Stuck in the rain, so I figured may as well. Apologize again if you want to just put me down and listen to me while you do whatever, or get a snack, or do your makeup, or in the car, or whatever. I have no idea how long this is going to be, but I imagine it'll be fairly long. I'm not sure. I know anything over 3.5 minutes for YouTube is long. People don't have the attention span, so um, I don't know what to call this. I guess I'll try to find out where it goes as I speak. I apologize for how I look because ain't that much to look at right now. Um, in the past, both here on my channel and in person, at least, I strive to be really candid when it comes to mental health, and I try to not facilitate or emphasize or buy into the stigma, especially living in an all black or mostly black, mixed up mostly black nation. I'm from and live in Jamaica. I try not to buy into the whole it's a white person's disease, it's pray your way through it, or you're just sad, or it's not really physical in any way. I try not to. I prided myself on not doing that because I know better. But I think I have found that I have been internalizing that stigma in a lot of ways. So, I guess I'm gonna talk about it. I and backstory. I deal with clinical depression, generalized anxiety, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder with the intrusive thoughts, blah blah blah. And this is secondary to, or I guess not so much, it's exacerbated by my physical or other physical ailments, lupus, fibromyalgia, and some other stuff. It's in the about me if you care. It's long spoken about. I think I have a playlist on medical updates or something like that. I sorry guys. One of the risks of recording with your phone, there goes people talking. My mental health has been single-handedly the most trying aspect of my life, not just my health, this my entire life. My issues with especially depression have been the the most devastating aspect of my life, because I mean, think about it. Whenever you meet someone who has anything, cancer, any kind of medical anything, or they go through any difficulties, they always say, well, silver lining, or it could be worse. How do you tell someone with depression to find the silver lining? They can't find the silver lining, and they can't find the aluminum lining. They can't even find a brushed copper. There's nothing shiny about any situation when you are depressed. And it could always be worse. Of course it could always be worse. That's our bread and butter. Of course it could get, it probably will get worse, because that's just life. No silver linings, guaranteed it's going to be horrible. This is probably not even the worst of it, because it could always get worse. We know that. Saying that doesn't make a difference. So how do you buffer everything else that's going on with your life when you cannot find something positive, no matter how hard you try? How do you do that? I have prided myself on not buying into it's just a bad day, brush it off. I have been hiding from myself just how much my mental health or lack thereof influences me and my life and the things going on in my life, because obviously I have some effect on what happens in my life. How I behave, how I react affects my life. Things that happen, things that don't happen for me, because I'm a big believer in you are the captain of your entire, what is it, destiny. I believe that. I believe you want something, you work for it. I believe that. I do. Deep down, I do. So I am certain that my inability to be myself or to be a healthy version of me has influenced everything. And I know going over it, I can pick out instances where my own head betrayed me. I think, where am I going? I think I have 3 types of people in my life. I have those who know about my mental health and don't think it exists, don't think I have any issues, don't think depression is a thing or anxiety is a thing, don't believe that. Those who know and treat me like, one instance, treat me like the most broken individual there is, like there's no saving you, whatever. And then there are those who don't know about my mental health. They know about my physical health. I tell very few people, but I mean, even in these 3 categories, it's not that many people. But those, they don't know. They know that I have this chronic illness. They know that I have lupus. They know I have that. And even if they did hear or remember me saying something about mental illness, or they watched a video way back when, it's still not, if you were to ask, what does Shar have? Like, I hear she's sick, what she have? It'd be, no man, that's a girl with the lupus, but look at her, she's fine. And I think these are either people who see me at what they may think is a high functioning part of me. They saw me at my best. They knew me as a college student, or I am someone to them that seems to always be in control, because for whatever reason, people come to me to fix stuff, to organize stuff, to tell their worries and their problems, or for some reason there is "tell me" tattooed across my forehead, or "I got this." If you're having issues getting jobs or getting into school or having a baby, or I seem to have it together, whether it be actually organizing your life, like fixing a bookshelf, putting things in order, or getting you gainfully employed. People look to me. And don't get me wrong, that's an amazing thing to know that people have that much confidence in me, for me to be able to fix it, to be Miss Fix It, to be this uber organized super Virgo. Because when they ask, what this sign? Oh yeah man, I knew, because this is you. Because you have tabs for subjects, and you have highlighters for different topics, and you take your notes in multicolored pens, and you seem like you have it together. And they look at me and they say, you're handling your diagnoses with such grace. What grace? Or they knew me as a girl who, when she had to leave school, 1 semester shy of an honors degree, they thought that I simply graduated early because I'd been on the dean's list for 3 years, because I'd won awards. It's not because I crumbled and couldn't handle anything. No, I graduated early. That's why I left, according to so many, and bless them. That's an amazing point of view for them to have about me. Poor little old me. But the truth is, I scramble to keep myself together, and I'm failing at it. And I don't mind helping. I love helping. If I didn't want to help, if it wasn't innate in me to be helpful and to fix and to heal, I wouldn't want so badly to be a physician. I wouldn't be in medical school. It's just that I empathize so heavily with people and their messed up situations and their sense of panic and not knowing what to do, because every day I don't know how I'm going to do it. And that's why I work so hard, and I fix as much as I can around me, because I can't fix me. And believe me, it is not for lack of trying. I have been on every antidepressant known to man that I can afford because I have no health insurance. So I've been on your Lexapros and your Zolofts and your Wellbutrins and Cymbalta, and I've done it. Some I couldn't afford, and some way, somehow, I got them. And I can't afford anything else. I can't. No matter what else they want to prescribe, I cannot, because at this point, so much is out of control. And I've never needed something to be easy, but manageable I could always deal with. If I just had one thing working. But when you live with uncontrolled anxiety and depression, think about how anxious you get over the fact that you're sick. And you get depressed again because you remembered how depressed you are. And something hurts and you're like, yeah, I can't get that medication. And you wake up and you realize you have no drive to do anything. I remember sitting there crying with a friend once because I could not go back to school. And she looked at me and she said, I envy you. And I'm like, what is this bitch talking about? He said, you have that much passion for something. I don't even know what I want to do. Yeah, I have the passion for it. I know I have the passion. I know in me I want to do this. But every morning I don't. Every morning I make the unconscious decision to give up again. Because not one part of it seems to be facilitated in any way, not even by my own thoughts. I was a professional student. It's what I do. It's what I'm good at. It's what I love doing. And it's what carries me. It wasn't just a means to an end, though. I used to thrive in classes. I thoroughly enjoy school, or I enjoyed school. Let me tell you, depression is the most disgusting diagnosis you can get on anything, because there are no blood tests, there are no x-rays, there's no MRIs, nothing. Just the internal knowledge that you are crumbling with no way to fix it. And you know what's wrong with you, and every day you realize what's wrong with you is you. And there's nothing to fix that. It is you falling apart. You're imploding. What do you do to fix the fact that what's wrong with you is you? What do you do with that? When you're willing yourself to love yourself, when you're willing yourself to do better. I can't sit here bawling like a crazy person. It's gonna mess up my face. I reached out to a med student and I asked her for some advice, because I wondered if it was just growing pains. I'm just not acclimating to the program. I should have known better. That's why I say I'm hiding it from myself, because you know what's wrong with you. It's nothing external to you. You know it's your lovely long battle with depression. But I asked her anyways. I said, I'm having a hard time. I can't focus. I don't seem to retain anything. And she said, take the time off until you find a coping mechanism. And I thought to myself, this bitch. A coping mechanism. So I messaged her back and I'm like, my issue isn't that I don't expect it to be hard. I said, frankly, if medical school was easy, we'd have a lot more doctors. Coping mechanisms. People cope with life. You have a bad day, you find a way. Whether it is you have a glass of wine, or you work out, or you walk your dog, or you have sex, or you do whatever. People have their coping mechanisms for life. I don't need a coping mechanism on how to cope with me. But I realized I was wrong. I didn't say to her, my depression is such that self-care is now an issue. I said to her, how do I deal with medical school knowing that I battle with mental illness? So I'm not going to flat out call her just one of those bitches who already made it through, because she already a doctor, so she's fine. I'm not gonna say that, like, oh, you ask people who've lost weight how to lose weight and they seem really aloof because they've already reached there. I'm not gonna say that's what that was. Maybe it was, I don't know. But I think my issue was I didn't relate to her just how bad it is. Or maybe my issue was I asked a question I already knew the answer to. See, the way I am is I live with my plate on a constant, I'm always at capacity. I am always at capacity with what I'm dealing with, what I'm doing. And I promise you, I am blessed in many ways. I am. Incredibly so. But there are still real life situations that many people face day to day, which I am not able to handle well. Bills have to be paid. Medications have to be bought. Interpersonal relationships with friendships and families and spouses and partners, and everything is a stressor. So if you live with a consistent sense that it's always one more thing, one more shoe to drop, and you have no shoes left, it just takes one thing. So if school is okay and my relationship isn't, or my health isn't, or the household isn't, yes, it's stressful, but I have one thing. If everything else is falling apart and you have your partner in your corner, you can try and figure it out. You can try. If the house seems like it's stable and the bills are paid and you see next semester's tuition money and everything is okay, but one of the other facets are out of control, you can accommodate, you can juggle, you can take from emotional Peter to pay emotional Paul. That's how I deal with it. But if you are faking it to begin with and everything crumbles, what do you hold on to? Where do you turn? Because face it, you're faking it. Every day I fake it. Today, I was invited to lunch, and because there are two people who know about my blog, and I was afraid that one of these people, this one person who knows my blog, I was afraid he had read it based on how he'd been talking to me. And I was afraid that he was worried. So he invited me to lunch, and I said, all right, do it, because I know he's worried. I know he wants to see me because he's worried. He knows my history. To some extent, he knows it, or he read it. Maybe he read it. I don't know. So I put on makeup today because I figured I can't let him see how bad it's got. Because if he saw how I look, how I've looked for weeks now, he'd be even more worried. And I don't want to worry anybody. So I put on this face and I went out. And I had lunch and it was lovely. But I am so tired just from having lunch, just from keeping up this pretense long enough to have lunch, to be the witty person that he knows, and to smile like he knows, and to handle things with grace, apparently, like he knows me to. So I put the extra effort in. I'm sure I put it on Instagram once. When you're feeling your worst, wear your brightest lip color. Fake it. So I faked it. And I hope he doesn't see this video, because I don't even know if he watches. I don't know if anybody's gonna get this far in a video. But I fake it because what's the point of you worrying, right? Like, I want you to worry, but I understand. I understand that worrying you does nothing for me, and it does nothing for you, and you don't deserve that, because who deserves anxiety? Who deserves worry? and you can't love me better. So even if the worry comes with love, what good is that doing any of us? You can't love me enough to stick me back together. So why the hell not give up? Because I get so angry at any and everything that makes it worse. I get so angry at something else being added to my plate because I can't fix that. What more do you need? What more can you ask of me? I have nothing left to give, so why add to it? I resent things that make it harder. And I resent myself for not knowing how to deal with things. I don't understand it. I met somebody recently, and she said to me, I think I was driving home, and she realized I was texting her while I was driving. And she said, don't text and drive. I don't want anything to happen to you. So I was driving to her when she said that, and I picked her up. And she said, you're still texting and driving. I don't want anything to happen to you. I can't lose people. I don't like to lose people. And the first thing I said without censoring myself was, it's not too late to back out now, we just met. Before something happened to me. And I wasn't talking about texting and driving. And I wasn't talking about lupus, because I don't tell people these things quickly. I'm not like, hi, I'm Charlene and I have. In my head, I was talking about the fact that if I were to go away, for whatever reason, since I don't want you to hurt, since you just met me, it's not too late to back out now. And I don't think she caught it, which is fine. All she said was, how you know that I don't already love you, that you don't mean that much, something along those lines, And we laughed it off and went about our way. But that's what I mean. Because you would be amazed how deep and how dark you can fall. Me and someone coined the term slipping for whenever we're having a bad mental health day. Because I used to get cussed out for shutting down and disappearing. When it got bad, I can ignore messages for months if I need to. And she said to me, don't do that. If you just tell me one word, just let me know what's happened. So I said, all right, I'll let you know when I've slipped. Because the way I look at it, it's like a cliff. I'm climbing this perpetual depression mountain. And sometimes I have a foothold and I can see where I'm going. And other times, I slip. I fall back a few steps, a few miles. So I used to just say it in a message, slipped. And we'd act accordingly. Give me space, give me time, give me flowers, give me whatever it is to make it, to bring a smile. Because I realized that when people care, and people do care, when you disappear, how much it worries them. And I feel bad for worrying people, because silence can be a weapon. Speaking to someone, messaging them over and over, calling them over and over, and not getting them, it can be, or simply not answering the phone rather, or not responding to a message, that can be a weapon. Silence hurts. In so many instances, in so many situations, silence hurts. It hurts people so much. And I know that, and I recognize that, and I feel so horrible when I go silent. But the thought of opening a conversation and lying some more and faking it and pushing and working and divulging the part of me that says, you know what? I can't talk right now because sentences seem really impossible. The fact that in this conversation you might ask me to come see you or to come help you with something or about a class I didn't go to or how is school, I am terrified of that question. I have teachers I want to go and visit and I just know they're going to ask me, so what are you doing now? And I'm doing nothing. I am failing at life. The simple queries that people make in casual conversation are terrifying. Because I have no good news to report. Because there's nothing good. There's absolutely nothing good. Everything can be tainted with depression or anxiety. Everything can be made dirty or scary. Everything. I have a 10-month-old goddaughter. I love that little girl. She is one of the most important people to me, and I worry about her so much. You see that? I love her. I say it just that quickly. I love her, but I worry. That shouldn't be the first thing I think about, but it is. I love her. That little girl has my name. I love her to death. But driving to see her because her mom and her live so far hurts. And I would take it. I don't care. I got this from driving back and forth, seeing them. Because my stupid fibro wrist couldn't take it. But I had to go see them. And I had to pick them up and bring them by me and get stuff. And she'll stand there because she's been standing and walking since she was 8.5 months old, damn near. And she'll reach her little arms up and she'll want me to pick her up, and I'll reach down and my shoulders will be killing me. And my wrists will be on fire and my back will ache, and I will grab her and I will hug her and I'll ask her what's going on and why she can't keep her hair combed. And I love her so much. But I worry. I don't know, you see, she has a mom and her mom is awesome and capable and amazing. She loves her more than life itself, so it's not because she's in any situation why I worry. I just worry because things aren't perfect, and if they aren't perfect, that means something could go wrong, and if something goes wrong, I'm gonna have to help to fix it because it's what I do, and it's because I'm her godmom, and I want the best for her, and I will do whatever it is within my power and sometimes outside of my power to make sure she's okay. But I live in a constant state of worry. And my babe, I could love her. And I worry because if she doesn't pick up the phone, did something else happen? Is she sick? Is she eating? Is she stressed? Is she depressed? Is she angry? What did I do? What didn't I say? Where did I fail again? What's happening? And that's just from not picking up the phone. I worry. Stress will kill you. And people think depression is just because you're sad. Which I find so stupid. People are willing to believe that PMS is real and a hormonal imbalance is real. They're willing to believe that hunger is real, that is caused by actual chemicals in your body being out of whack. They believe that. But they will not believe that depression is caused by an imbalance in your brain. You can understand that you hunger for food, but you can't understand that something that would happen would make you hunger for peace. How does that make sense? And I tried to explain that. Sorry, guys. My own mother said to me, "You can't be depressed. You're too angry to be depressed." Yeah. Because depression is only manifested by you sitting there and crying. It can't be that you're so angry at the supposed shitty hand in life currently. It can't be that you're angry that you can't stop thinking, or the fact that you were up at 2 o'clock in the morning and you can't sleep no matter how hard you try because you're plagued by nightmares. Try and look like some kind of sense. It can't be that the same emotions that would make you upset at anything else, you can't use those same emotions to be upset at yourself for being as sad as you are and as seemingly worthless as you are. And I did, please. It is not for lack of trying. There's not a whole lot you can do for yourself without the available funds to do it, the support systems to do it, and the actual medications to do it. I have tried every single medication available to me within a price range that I can manage. And that's a lot of them. If it was just that I was depressed as a result of dealing with physical illness, I would be okay. Because believe me, maybe that I can handle with grace. You'd be amazed how many days I've hidden a limp or a shaky hand, or someone who has known me for a week and a half has realized that my favorite phrase in life is, "I'm fine." Because I'm fine. But I am so scared of how dark it gets. And I can say that with certainty because I don't want to go, but I'm not always thinking that clearly. I want to be here. I just don't always see the purpose because I don't see my purpose. I swear I try. I promise you I do. I try. I try so hard to do things well. I don't need anything to be easy. I had to leave school. I came home. I did exams. I did a scholarship-based exam. I got into medical school on that scholarship. I did the first semester while working damn near full-time. I got into a car crash on May 22nd of this year, leaving my god baby's christening. A man fell asleep at the wheel behind a bus and totaled my car with me and my god baby's mommy in there, sent us flying across 2 lanes into a light pole. And I went back to school. I went to the ER. I went home. I was banged up, almost dead. Went back to school, finished the semester. I don't need things to be easy. I just need them to be manageable. I'm willing to work, but how can I work if my head doesn't work? How can I do anything if that is broken? And how do you not get further depressed about the fact that you can't do anything? Intellectually, I know what's wrong. Cognitively, I know what's wrong. Emotionally, I can't fix it. I can't afford to try any more drugs. And then they mix with so many of my other shits that I can't afford to take anyways. A doctor once said, look, nothing is going to make you feel 100% better. You're just going to have to take what you can get with these pills. And I thought, okay, that's fair. I don't need to be perfect. Everybody's walking around with a bit of something. That's fine. How much are the pills? No, I can't find. I can't find that additional money for those meds and for them to work part way. I can't find it. I lied to my own mother what every day she'll come into that room and the door will be locked and the windows will be locked and the fan is on and it's just me and my dog. What's wrong with you? That's fine, I have a headache, don't turn on the light. And my little dog, bless him. I feel so bad because he will not leave my side. So if I don't get up and go, he's not gonna get up and go. So I have to get out that room at some point and walk downstairs just so he leaves the room. Because he will sit with me. My sweet baby will sit with me. Bless him, he will stay there. He is so loyal, that little dog. That little sweetheart of a dog. He doesn't deserve that. Well, I'm not even sure where this was going. And I don't think it went anywhere for real. But that's where I've been. Because I will come on here and I'll say, hey guys, this is my Tumblr and my Instagram, and you guys will try to add me, and I apologize, but for the time when I made the video, I was faking it okay. I was alright. And then I'll see the requests, I'm like, I don't want them to know what I actually am on any given day. Because anybody who knows anything about Tumblr knows that Tumblr is where everybody that got a bit of something wrong with them goes so they can be as sick and as messed up as they want to be. Tumblr is a blog that you may or may not want anybody to read. Tumblr is where you can be as fucked up, as broken as you truly are, and all you're gonna get is a, yep, I'm that broken too, it's okay. So I'll post it and I'll encourage people, and I can't follow through with it because I don't stay okay enough, and I'm never actually happy. I'm never ever in the best of days, and I've had some amazing days and some good memories, and I'll stop, and as soon as I stop, as soon as the momentum stops, I'm like, yep, there's that one thing. That plate got instantly full, and what do I do now? Because it's overflowing and I can't handle it. And I've lost the one thing that I was truly beginning to be proud of. I was back in school. At the end of the first semester, because I was working and doing exams, I ended up in a full-blown relapse where I couldn't get out of my bed. An actual lupus fibro relapse. Was covered in rashes and end up at the doctor and have to get steroids again, and you put on 20 pounds and you can't do the exams because you're too damn sick. And I'm like, shit, can I get one uneventful semester so I can devote myself to school? The one thing I thrived at. Even when I was fatter and I felt entirely ugly, I'd be like, yo, my brain is sexy in a thong. because I always had my intellect. I was a career nerd, and I'm okay with that. I'm fine. I really am. We're gonna take over the world at one point or another. I am fine doing that. But if I can't even make it to school, the one thing I love so much, and I worked so hard. I went to work full time and did classes at night just to qualify for that scholarship. I don't know how to fix me. And I'm afraid because I'm so messed up. I am breaking everything around me. Because those who don't understand won't know how to handle the fact that I disappear. And those who know me, who have let in as far as I'm willing to let anybody in, either disregard it or use it against me. That's just cruel, I think. I think that's cruel. But can't control people. So that's where I am. I'm a mess. I don't want to be, and I don't know what to do to fix it. Um, so yeah. No, just be kind to each other, cause you don't flippin' know. You'll never know. And bad as we are, people like myself, and bad as it gets, we're still worth remembering.